Kia ora whānau. Whoa, that's loud. My bad. Welcome to Taniwha TV Reacts. My name is Mana, and sir, who are you?
My name is Ko Pōtau Takuingo, PT Kazzies, Guns Blazing, aka you know the deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He went missing for 2 weeks. Where'd you go?
I had to put out missing persons because got kidnapped. Got kidnapped by my whānau. I had to go all the way to California. Had to go to America whānau. And actually, lovely place. Lovely place.
Dangerous in some places, though.
You know, a funny story. We were in the mall. And so I bought Hiona and Lassa, wife and my daughter, were out there shopping. As you do, you're in the mall. What do? You shop? Not me.
What'd you get up to?
I got enough money to buy maybe one thing. A t-shirt, $20. But I know the food court.
Oh.
So I get them comfortable. It's like, I'll meet you back here. So I got me a pizza, slice of pizza. Yum. But then my daughter walked past. She goes, hey, Papa, can I have that? Yeah, sure. Keep shopping. So she took off with my pizza. I went back to the food court, back to get me a second pizza. And I sat down. And just before I bit it, bang.
Who arrives in the scene?
No. Bang.
What?
And then I looked over, and I looked just down the corridor of the food court. Yeah. And then people started running. Now, they started sprinting. And they were grabbing their kids. Gunshot at
Did
the
you
mall.
run? Did you go
to... oh, man, make me miss my pizza. So I got up and I was like, where's Lassen? Damn, they're in the direction of the gunshot. Oh, no. And so I had to make my way toward the gunshot, like pacing it, making sure I didn't get in the line of fire. Yeah. And as I got closer, everyone was closing their doors. People were screaming and running.
Shit.
And I was like, this is not a time to be a hero, bruv. Just get your kid, get your mumsy, run. Yeah. And then as I got closer, I seen that I could smell something. And it wasn't gunpowder. I wasn't gunshot fire, because I smelled that before. It was gunpowder. So over there, the week before was 4th of July. And so they had heaps of fireworks. So some young muppet throws a firework in the middle of the mall. Bang!
Oh, my...
Everyone else panics.
There's some stupid people.
So all the cops came and all the fire brigade came, but the shop started to open once we realised what happened. Yeah, freaky.
That would have been freaky, but like the amount of what's going through your head when you do that?
Slows down because I was like just about to eat my pizza, you know, when you're midway through a figure, just about to start, and then bang! And I looked over to the side. Like, what's that? And then I just see everyone panic running, like you always see in the TV and you see in the movies, panic and people grabbing their kids, old people racing. And then I heard gunshot. You know, that's what they said, gunshot. So you just slow down and you've got to make the split-second decisions. And mine was, where's my whānau? Yeah. And unfortunately, they were in the direction of the gunshot. So if I have to go, I've got to go, you know? I've got to run out. Imagine that. Imagine it was a real gun. And all of a sudden, I turn and run like a chicken instead of running in to go and help my whānau. And now I get shot in the back, right? So I get shot in the back, and I die. And then I wake up in Hawaii with my ancestors. And like, boy, how did you get here? Boko, how'd you get here? Kura, I was at the mall with my whānau eating a pizza, and then the gunshot went off, and I ran away. Yeah. And where'd you get shot? In the front, running in? No, in the back, running out. Shame on you. Shame, moko.
You know what you do? You stop and be like, you know what the worst part is? I didn't even get to eat my pizza.
I know, 2 pizzas. So that was way more traumatic after.
What about your whānau? Like, were they like freaking out as well?
Yeah, because they were in that direction I was running, but they were closer to the door. Okay. So they managed to get out. But Hiona got some footage of just everyone running. And so they got to the car. And I got there about 5 minutes later, or 3 minutes later, whatever. Yeah. And told them, fireworks. And they were shaking, because they were like, where are you? All the lights were going off. Cops have started to pull up, and I'm still in the building.
Oh, far out. I was looking for you.
Yeah.
No phone call. Oh, when you go over there, bro, do you get a phone and phone number?
Well, usually we go over and we switch SIM cards.
Oh, yeah.
We go onto a US network. Yep. You know, like T-Mobile, go in, grab a SIM card, change over. So we have US numbers. And between our 3 phones, we can keep in touch. Yep. This time we didn't. And so we were on 2 degrees, bro. We're still in New Zealand, 2 degrees roaming. So if you ring, it'll go back to New Zealand
Yeah.
and then back to America. And now it's about $5.
Oh. Oh.
Switch over phone. If you go to America, get the SIM. If you go to Japan, get that little SIM.
Don't
Get your
forget.
phone.
Don't forget. Anyway, we're going to start off with this
We're
reacts, whānau. So we got a kind of like a what the hell kind of our first video coming up. And it's the trailer to a movie called The Songs of Freedom. Now, I'm not going to talk about the movie. I'm going to talk about the circumstances around the movie. So, just a short description. Songs of Freedom. We'll only watch a little bit of the trailer, not all of it. But the Songs of Freedom is about a federal dude who is also the whole movie is about child trafficking and a guy rescuing children from child trafficking. That's what the whole movie is about. And it's a really cool story of how the rescue goes, on the determination and what happens and how they're rescued, and that fact that these kids got a happy ending. Pretty much what it sums it up for. So I'll start the trailer. Wants to start. Yeah, you're right.
Angel.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
What?
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
Yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
It's over, Tim. Close up. And come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
What a supportive wife.
Right.
So rebel territory. No one was. And if this was you or die. So, she's gone. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Happy kids, happy kids. Happy kids, PG-13. All right.
So
I've heard a lot about this film. It's quite big on Twitter at the moment, and two camps. One camp love it, other camp hate it.
So one camp that hates it is because they don't want to get the story out. I can back that up because there's videos and posts all around the world about theatres being sold out for this movie.
Okay. So it's just come out. Yeah, July the 4th.
Yep.
Okay.
Theatres have sold out, but the problem is that every theatre that has sold out, or every theatre that's showing this, I don't know if every theatre, but they've actually closed down. Like, they've closed that time. They say either the AC has broken down, so they can't have any people, or that something's wrong with the theatre, so they can't view the video. But the thing is that people were adamant to go watch it, and they did, and they videoed inside the theatre while they were watching a movie, and there was 4 of them. Like, most of them were like less than 10 people in the theatre, movie theatre, and the fact that it's about child trafficking.
Yeah, sure. Sensitive subject.
Yeah.
Sensitive subject.
But these guys all over the world are for some reason trying to stop it from being viewed. And because it shows is a dude rescues a boy from child trafficking, and he learns his sister is still trapped inside there.
Oh.
And it's kind of torn him up, and he the only thing that's on his mind is he wants to go back and he wants to go rescue them. So what he does, what he does is pretends to be a pedophile.
Oh.
And he infiltrates them, befriends one of them, like be friends, and then and he goes to the Colombian. That's when you saw him on the boat.
Yeah.
Colombia, and then he goes and does his business, goes and rescues him, and it's like a death-defying rescue.
Sure.
To rescue this one girl from fate worse than death, but obviously all these other children as well. Dude's name is Tim Billard. Tim Billard, and he's, as you said, like it was over.
So it's just based on a true story.
It's based on a true story.
Wow. Okay.
This guy, he had a big enough heart to quit his job years ago. This is like less than 15 years ago, I think. And he went in by himself, quit his job, and started doing this rescue business.
Yep.
It's not a business because it was a risky business that he was doing.
So it's like extraction. You
Yeah.
see that on extraction, but going to do it. So going behind the lines, going into the dark web kind of thing.
Yeah.
Getting into the circle, this network of pretty evil dudes, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of in Africa whole schools getting taken, of young women
Yeah.
getting taken, disappeared.
Yep.
South America, disappeared. North America, did you know that they had have right now, thousands of young Native American women disappear?
Yeah. That's
What?
like, what? That's what I don't get. Like, people we need a whole bunch, millions of people just to get the word out and change this, because we need those kind of people in the higher ups to just collapse, fall down.
Oh, so when I was overseas in Cambodia, actually,
Yeah.
I was sitting there having a pizza, and the young woman that served us, you know, lovely, hey, nice.
Yep.
What's it like around here? Is there, you know, what's there to do around here? It was cool. Ate our pizza and left. A couple of days later, we were having a kai at a different place, and then that young girl turned up with this French guy, I think. And as you know, he went into order. She started talking to us. She recognized us. We're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she go, "Oh, my boss sold me to this man for 1 month, and I'm like a travel guide." And of course, we look at a travel guide, and then she kind of looked down, but then looked back at us. We're like, "Oh no, I know what you mean." And then the bro came back and saw that we were talking, so it got her to leave. Didn't want her to talk to us. And then about 2 weeks later, we bumped into them in another place of Cambodia.
What?
Yeah. And then there was 5 foreigners and 5 local girls,
Yeah.
you know, kind of pretending to be couples.
Yeah.
But I wonder how often that goes on in different places, eh?
Yeah, I think especially in Asia, it's ultra screwed up because, like, as you know, women there, even they're young women, adults though, that are willing to marry old men from different countries just to get out of the country and just to survive.
Yeah, I suppose I have my morality. There's a certain age.
Yeah.
But in different places, the age is much lower.
That's disgusting. Anyway, with the Sound of Freedom, with the true story, the father of these 2 kids, they were approached by the former beauty queen, Gazelle.
Oh, okay, click, yes.
Yeah, and she was the one that offered
Ghislaine
the father
Maxwell,
child
yes,
modelling.
yes, oh.
Yeah, and then she went, he dropped them off, came back to pick them up, and they were gone. Both named Miguel and Rocio, I think that's the 2 kids' name.
Okay.
Yeah, that like, as a former beauty queen, like what have you gone through to be able to go up to a family a random family, and say, "Hey, would you like your kids to be child modeling?" And then
Yep.
at the same time, the father, what was going through his head? Did he just need money, or was it because he wants his kids to become famous?
I
But you
guess
don't-
if they've got a title like that, your former,
yeah,
then there's a level of trust.
Yeah.
Then maybe you can access opportunities. And some of these kids, wow,
yeah,
I've been wanting to be here forever. And others, maybe the parents just say, "Oh, look, we can make some coin.
yeah.
Go along, can't harm. Can't harm."
So
That's how trusting some people are, and how naive some people are too.
It's-
Sometimes you can get a bad gut instinct, like, "Oh, this doesn't look good, doesn't feel good." Yeah, the money, sure, but
not worth it.
not all money is good money, my brother.
No.
But there's those in different places. You got to take the money, or you got to take the opportunity, and then it leads to that. What's that island, bro? Is this the? So we're getting into
Jeffrey
the Epstein
Epstein.
Island, eh?
No, let's stray away from this before we even go deep further.
So I didn't say I don't want to disappear this weekend, mate.
Well, all right. So that's the sad happening around the world at the moment. The newest, but I do want to show you and everybody else the cool new innovative Saudi Arabian Mukaab. So, go to the next video, and before I start it, so a little explanation. Mukaab is another gate world, like a mini city in a cube.
Okay.
Right, and it's surrounded by all of these other residential in Saudi Arabia. It looks really good.
Nice.
Looks like that, like another innovative, like that city, wall city that they're building. It's called the Neom, I think it's called. Yeah.
Okay.
So what it is, it's 400 meters tall by 400 meters wide.
Whoa.
Yep, and it's 2 million square meters, inspired by the Murabba Palace in. I don't know where that is. You might have to search that up yourself.
Well,
Contains holographic projections that surround observation decks and restaurants.
Okay.
And it's worth around 48 billion US dollars.
Wow. So it's a bit of a level up from the skyline skyrise, my bro. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's like a level up
In the
from.
future,
Okay. Let him play.
our
Let him rip.
cities will be much more than just places to live in.
Shit, yes,
The future is here.
The future.
And it's real. Introducing the new Murabba, the world's largest modern downtown.
Oh
Designed by
wow.
people
It's like the
at its
cover.
heart. Helping make Riyadh one of the top 10
It's like the
most
coming
livable
of
cities
Wakanda,
in the
eh?
world.
Look at that.
And at its center, a new icon, the Mukaab.
Wow, that looks like a that cube of marble, infinity cube or something. Wow,
World's first immersive experiential
Look at
destination.
that.
A gateway to another world. At a scale that's unprecedented and unforgettable. Where you'll feel wonder,
Oh, look at that. Wow. That's just incredible.
yeah, you could just have holograms of different planets.
as you dine with gentle
You
giants.
could dine in the water too.
Explore a world of magic.
Jellyfish all around you.
Or live
So you go
on
from
Mars.
Wakanda to Avatar, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Back in the
Retail
past to the
experience is
future.
completely
You could be
reimagined
Avatar in the air and then Avatar way of the water.
in another world.
Halo.
This is the new face of Riyadh.
Riyadh, wow.
A
Go the
gateway
Saudis.
to another world.
What an amazing monolith there. Look at that beautiful design too. That
Yeah.
reminds me of the Kaaba.
The car.
That's the building in Mecca. That
Oh,
all
yeah.
the
Oh,
Muslims
yeah.
got Mahaj.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big,
They do they do their little dances. There's like hundreds of thousands of people that turn up.
Yeah.
It gets so packed.
And it's black one. Big
Yeah.
black one though.
Big black one.
Yeah.
Namura.
Wow, I'd love to visit that.
Yep.
Well, what's the most impressive thing that you've seen?
Lately?
Like engineering, architecture, building. What's the most impressive building you've seen?
I don't. Tall buildings are overrated at the moment
Right.
because but I like that new dome in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's
That's a $2 million. I saw the basketball version. They made it look like a big basketball.
Yeah.
The dome.
The dome. Because, yeah, like that one. Or if you go to Singapore airport.
Yeah, the airport.
The airport. Oh, my gosh. You
That's
go there.
unreal.
Or the Singapore boat. I forgot what it was called. But it's like 2 big triangle things, legs. And those are the casino at the bottom and hotels in the middle. And there's 2 of them like that. And it's like looks like an arc sitting on the top. It's like a big banana boat, and it's got like 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools and restaurants at the top.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I like big things that have function.
Yeah.
Because most of the skyscrapers, it's just apartments. You know, it's just so people can live high. And sometimes, yes, we look at the structure, but we also think those rich people living above us, you know, it's about status.
Yeah.
You've got a penthouse in the highest buildings in New York.
Yeah, that's what it was about.
Status.
Like, when I was younger, watching movies and stuff, I was like, no, I don't want a house, I want an apartment.
What?
But no, not anymore. Those apartments are like 1,000 a week and stuff like that.
Oh, the rent. Yeah, imagine the power bill for all of these things. Eh? Can you imagine the power bill for the Muraba?
And the fact that the fact that they're trying to get rid of, hopefully they will be able to power it if they get rid of oil. Like, you know how because they use oil in those places, like the center of oil. So that much will use a lot of power, and oil will go away straight away.
Sure, but I think they also have the benefit of living in a desert.
Yep.
So the solar panels. I wonder if Saudi Arabia has solar panels for miles. Eh?
I think
you know, you're right. Oh, well, do you think those big desert storms just break all that stuff?
I don't know, because there is. I've seen a video. I've seen information on these actual satellites they have in the desert, but also big, massive solar panels. Like it's supposed to power a lot, like a lot. It's like the solar panels are at least I don't know, half the size of this building each.
Yeah,
it's massive.
Yeah, most buildings I see, even here in Rotorua, heaps of buildings have solar panels.
Yep.
And I'm quite surprised because we don't get a lot of sun, but there must be still enough, you know, light in the sky to.
They're trying to advertise solar panels more.
Yeah, I'd get some.
Yeah. Just need to know how to connect. Well, apparently you just screw it down and then get an electrician to come and connect it up. And
yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. Now that is called New Maraba. When does that open?
I'm not too sure. It's
coming
still...
next summer. But if you're our Saudi family, our Saudi whānau, out there, assalamu alaikum. If you'd like to invite Taniwha TV to come over and review the New Maraba, drop us a DM.
Yes.
Drop us a DM.
You know what? I would ask them to be like, hey, can you set up like a Star Wars kind of like a where Wookiee used to live kind of scenery? So we can, or like where Jar Jar Binks. Imagine having, like, I don't know if you remember Jar Jar Binks' hometown, what it looks like. Imagine having a dinner, sitting in dinner, and you just see Jar Jar's town, and you just see those big ass fish just swimming around.
The gungans.
Oh my gosh.
Under the sea, bro, Little Mermaid world.
Yeah. Ursula over there just just wagging her
tentacles. What's the most impressive building in Rotorua? Top three.
Oh wow. Why does nothing come to mind?
Oh,
that I'm pretty sure, like, I wouldn't call it a building. I would call it a walk. The Red Forest, the Redwoods night walk.
Redwoods,
oh, blow my neck.
I've got these two. So we've got the museum.
The museum.
That's pretty iconic.
It is iconic. They're starting to rebuild it, are they?
They're talking about it, eh? Because to rebuild, it's going to cost.
I don't know.
It's going to cost.
It's going to cost a lot.
It's going to cost us, the ratepayers, bro. So, well, but just saying, as a building for Rotorua, that's a cool one. And then another one is the Pullman, because we don't have many skyscrapers here in Vegas, you know. So that's.
I used to work at that place. That's all right. I kind of would say the hospital, because if you haven't noticed, on the front of the hospital, you look at the hospital and it actually is in the shape of a dog.
How?
Did you notice that?
Yeah, no,
I used to walk past the hospital every time, and I would view it from the front of it where the borderline is, I'd look up and I'm like, just looks like a like a robotic dog that's just sitting down.
What?
Yeah, bro. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but that's what it literally looks like. But that's a that's a cool
pretty
one.
iconic. Well, I remember. So for me, it wasn't so much the building, because in the part of the building, the hospital we have now.
Yeah.
They used to have 2 hospitals. One was for babies, the Edward Guy, and then the main hospital. But before that, that's where our tribe used to live.
Yeah.
So you have a village up there on the hill, Pukeroa Hill, and you'd have those 4 gateways coming in. So on your 20-cent piece,
Yeah.
on the flip side is pukaki. That's
Oh,
a
yeah,
carving.
yeah, yeah.
That's a carving.
Yeah.
And that carving used to be the gateway. So that's how you get in. You'd have to go under that carving to get into the village.
Yeah.
So that hill is just as iconic as the buildings.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Pukeroa, bro. Shout out to Ngāti Whakaue.
Yeah. They what about the Tarawera village?
Yeah, Tarawera, yeah. Buried Village.
The buried village, because that building that was next to the buried village, they reconstructed that building.
That's right.
Because as if anybody has been to the museum and they sat in that theatre with a moving seat, it showed all the time the story of Tarawera eruption.
Yep.
A whole 20 minutes, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, and all the village huts got covered in mud,
It's tragic.
lava, everything burnt. But the one white building didn't get completely screwed up, because that's how they still rebuilt it back up. But everything else was under the mud.
It's like 1886.
Yep.
So there were lots of signs, things that were happening. And when Tarawera erupted, the village of, was it Tawairoa? Buried village, Tawairoa? That's where the tourists were coming, because they had the pink and white terraces.
Yep.
And that was the most natural geothermal bath spa in the world.
Yeah,
It was
that didn't
considered
kill
the
you
8th
too.
wonder of the world. Right?
Yeah.
But then when Tarawera erupted, there was the hotel, and because it was built flat roof,
Yeah.
pancake, it squashed. Right?
Yeah.
But then the whare, because it had the triangle roof,
Yeah.
the ash would fall on the side and kind of, it wouldn't crush the building.
Yeah.
And I think I heard a story that people were holding the whare up to make sure that it didn't collapse. Wow. But the way that a triangle holds the roof, plus the sides, because structurally it's quite strong.
Yep.
So that the whare survived,
Yeah.
but the hotel didn't.
Yeah.
So those that were in the hotel got crushed.
Oh.
Those that were in the whare survived.
Oh.
So that's why good. The architecture of old marae were very strong.
And people they use that now. Like if you go to the houses, there's very little houses that's got flat roofs, square roofs.
Yeah.
Everything has a tin or whatever kind of roofs. But yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Tarawera. Oh my goodness. But anyway, that is us for tonight for our Taniwha Reacts, whānau.
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. We went off a tangent a little bit, but it was still good.
And I think coming up, there's going to be a big movie called Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
So Oppenheimer, Robert J. Oppenheimer was the man that helped create the atomic bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that comes out in like a week or two. And the movie, apparently the CGI, no, it's not even CGI, the explosion when they tested the bomb, the explosion footage, the film is remarkable. They say it's just going to be some of the most visually stunning footage that we're going to see in a long time. And the story of the man.
Yeah.
Imagine creating a bomb that could kill millions of people. Wow.
That's like, I don't know what, like you must feel really good about splitting an atom like crap. How many people can split an atom?
No, that's right. That's the world first when they managed to go tatara and papara.
And then papara, and then dead fish, radiation, 3 eyes.
Oh, but it stopped. Well, apparently it stopped World War II. That was the last.
Oh, because they were afraid of.
Well, after the Nazis fell, and it was the Japanese and the Americans. So that technology, that weapon, was quite definitive. And then since they let that bomb go, the nuclear bombs go, for the last 70 years, we've been living in the shadow of nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. Nuclear power.
And these like past couple of months, the higher ups, the leaders of each country is leaning on the get the nuclear bombs,
Get the bombs, get the bombs. Iran's
yeah.
getting the bomb.
They're getting their buttons out.
Australia, I think they're getting a nuclear-powered submarine.
Oh,
So that's just, what do you reckon? Yes or no? Nuclear power for New Zealand?
well, I guess it will have to be because us would be the only ones without.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not down for nuclear power because I saw what happened with Fukushima
Yeah.
during
Oh,
the earthquake.
I thought
and
you-
when that
I thought
nuclear
you-
power,
Yeah.
because it had the big tsunami, it broke,
Yeah, everything.
and now you got all that radioactive water and waste, and they're going. The South Korean public are protesting because their government said to the Japanese government, "We've got all this nuclear contaminated water. We just want to release it out into the ocean. It's only a small amount; it'll be safe."
Oh my god.
But the South Korean people are like, nah, not even a little teeny tiny drop is safe.
Bro, you know, that's like, sorry, I thought you meant nuclear missiles. I was like,
Right.
we get those, but nuclear power, no, because we already have, we're a country with a lot of wind, a lot of water,
Yeah.
and a lot of moisture.
Yeah.
That's free energy constantly. We have a lot of trees,
Yeah.
free energy constantly, but no, nuclear wars, nuclear power, definitely not. I was gonna say something about the Fukushima as well,
Yeah.
but like,
Interestingly, like Oppenheimer, that's who this movie is going to be about.
Yeah.
Einstein, but they all started with Ernest Rutherford
yeah,
from Christchurch, from Aotearoa. He
Yeah.
was the first one to split the atom.
yeah,
So he's the godfather
of
of all of this. And he's on our, is he $100 note? I've never seen the orange one. Do you ever spare $100 notes in so I can check?
will
I've
a
heard
$10
about them.
be fine?
Heard about them, but you know, the $100 note is Ernest Rutherford. I think the $50 is Apirana Ngata and like that.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Sir Edmund Hillary on the $5 note. Now we're
Now
going off the
we're
track.
going-
Now
yeah.
we're going off the track. But I
And
know
we're going
some-
to my level. The $5 level. We're going to my level now. But yeah, nuclear power down the drain, bro. We don't want any of that.
But let's check out this movie when it comes up next
Yeah.
week after, something like that.
Yep. And we got to watch they do have a Fukushima one as well.
Oh, cool.
So we can
And
watch
we've also got coming up, we've got the Blue Beetle from DC.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle's coming up. Ashoka from Star Wars. The Demon Slayer. I heard something about Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, they might be coming out.
There's lots of new content that we're going to just sit back, enjoy, eat some popcorn, and come
Yeah.
back and share with you, wano. So,
Yeah.
chat.
Because I think we're going to focus more on the nerdy stuff now since we've already got most of I guess not the politics, but like the important news stuff. Like we did the LGBT, the Pride Week.
That was good.
We did male mental health, which was a biggie.
Excellent.
And then we also did elections.
The Māori electoral option. Plus, with Gabe and Native
Yep.
Tech.
Yep.
And
then
with Tara.
the Ngatahi Navigators. Yeah, that was dope. And we we'll probably say this in our live stream as well. But we got a Christchurch and Wairoa branch for Digital Native Academy, so that's going to be coming out.
Oh, and New Plymouth.
And New Plymouth.
And New Plymouth's coming
God
up. So
damn.
we've got Matua in New Plymouth. We've got the Lawton Farm over in Wairoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all connecting up.
Yeah, and the man himself, he's got an award.
God save the king.
God save the king. All right, shot for that, whānau, for coming through. We went off on another tangent, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that.
Happy New Year too. Ngā mihi o te tauhou whānau. Happy Māori New Year.
Yep. You guys have a good one. Catch you guys later tonight or next week. Taniwha TV out. Bye.